Hello there, and welcome to Babbling.
With the boys. Just gonna pat his head. And this morning I had a kerfuffle with my pants. I was like putting them on, and when like you're putting on pants and you make sure you could like see the tag, and you're like the tag goes in the back, and then I put my pants on. So I kept making sure I was like the tag is in the back, and I put my pants on, and it would always be backwards, and I was like, what's going on? And these jackasses put a tag in the front of your pants. Look, Nic Cage can't believe what's happening. He agrees with me. Is Nic Cage good or bad? In the Nicolas Cage Windows box, we have Spencer arguing for bad.
And in the just regular room, because for some reason Zoom won't let me do a background, Carson, a fantastic actor. Being, in Ethan Hawke's words, the first actor to evolve the craft since Marlon Brando. Well, we got news that Sean Connery just passed away.
Yeah.
At the age of 90. How'd you know she was a Nazi? She talks in her sleep. What's one of your favorite Sean Connery quotes?
Funny enough, it comes from a sketch where someone was like playing Sean Connery.
Yeah.
And essentially it's like Celebrity Jeopardy or whatever, and they have to like fill in the word.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, guess this like famous Christmas song, and they just take out like the E and Let It Snow, and like the O, so it's like really easy to guess that it's Let It Snow, and he goes, Let it snow, and I almost like, and they're like, what was that, Sean Connery? He's like, oh, Let It Snow.
What are you doing? Are you like trying to make love to Nic Cage's face over there? Like, what are you doing?
Oh, you guys can't see if you're listening to the podcast, but I have a Nic Cage background on my Zoom call, and I'm like dancing. You know that, like, oh yeah, like our heads are intertwining. Let me back it up a little bit, and then see that.
But for this last segment, let's talk about Nic Cage going forward. What is the next project, next film, next whatever they want Nic Cage to be a part of?
I want to see Nic Cage in a drug trip movie. But here's the premise. It's also an art piece film. There's an opener where Nic Cage is at a college house party as himself.
As his, like, 50-year-old self.
Yes, and he's just watching everyone else at this college party. And we see him drink something. And then it cuts to a title card. Title card. Holy. Okay, cuts to a title card. And the title card. I'm melting. The title card says Act 1. And then underneath that, it says Be the Pizza. Now, Nic Cage is high, and he's imagining himself as a pizza. So it's Nic Cage's face poking through the cheese and pepperoni. Act 2. The Painter's Wife. Nicolas Cage is painting, but we don't see what he's painting because we're looking at him painting. And he has long hair, and he's wearing a shirt that's kind of like half buttoned, and he's painting. And we see like the back of his wife that he's painting. So here's the shot, right? Camera left of the frame, right? We see like the edge of Nic Cage's wife's shoulder. And then we see Nic Cage in the background painting, but he's slightly out of focus. Reverse shot. Nic Cage's wife is just Nic Cage dressed as a woman. And the painting that he's painting is a stick figure. And the stick figure is fishing. It's not even of the Nic Cage wife he's posing. And then the Nic Cage that's painting has a discussion with the other Nic Cage, like a philosophical discussion about what it really means to exist, and how like a door in a room doesn't really exist until you open the door, and then cut to black. And then the final act is called The Sausage Run. Act 3. Nick Cage is a sausage and he's rolling, but he's not like a sausage. He's just in the encasing of a sausage, and he's rolling, and he's giving like a monologue about what his career has been to him. And as he's doing this, a group of people are chasing him with knives and forks as he's in the sausage casing. Then we cut to him back at the party, and he looks at the camera and goes, "That was just an idea I had." And then it ends. What do you think?
Where did this come from?
I'm not gonna lie to you, I just made this up on the spot, but the more I said it, the more I realized I really want to see this.
I think that's literally going to be the next movie that comes out of him. What I want Nick Cage to do next, I'm not sure how I can follow that. Tim Burton. Like, bring Tim Burton back to, like, the age of, like, Edward Scissorhands. Like, do that kind of style, like, gothic romance, but have Nick Cage in it. Have Nick Cage starring in it. Not like a remake of Edward Scissorhands or anything.
No,
New
just like
gothic Tim Burton concept.
Okay, but in your mind, what do you think that concept is?
Well, I want it to have something to do with death.
A girl falls in love with the corpse of Nick Cage.
Yeah, something like that. Or like, there's like an old theater, and like at night, like the ghosts put on a performance. Nick Cage is the star of the ghost theater. My next idea, I want Nick Cage to take a swing at directing, or maybe not even directing, but just like to bring in unknown actors and train them in the art of Nick Cage acting. Just have like a regular film, but have it fully cast by Nick Cage trained actors.
That would be pretty hilarious. Yes. Or like you make a movie about the making of that movie, and it's like a Batman Beyond type story where like Nick Cage is too old to act anymore, and like he has like some dude who's like, "I will be the next Nicolas Cage," and he has to like train him to be the next Nicolas Cage set in Neo Gotham.
Actually, that would be really cool. Like, make it a mockumentary.
Yeah.
That would actually be good. Let's make that.
Let's do it. Let's make a mockumentary.
And for smaller roles, what's a smaller role that you'd like Nick Cage in?
A smaller role?
Oh, put him in.
He's an Oompa Loompa in the next remake of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
As all of the Oompa Loompas. Or just one.
The last of his kind. Someone pointed out to me that the minions from Despicable Me are just Oompa Loompas. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, they're just evil Oompa Loompas. Well, actually, no, they're just Oompa Loompas. Oompa Loompas are already evil. You know, standing franchise, what would you like Nick Cage to do?
Oh, so many things.
While you think of one, I got one.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to be the villain in John Wick 4. Keanu Reeves just trying to kill Nick Cage, and Nick Cage is just going crazy.
Like, okay. How about Nick Cage, in the next remake of like the Ghost Rider franchise that they do, but instead of like a flaming skull, you just turn into like a flaming Nick Cage head. Or how about Nick Cage in like 1917, but like he plays both people.
Sam Mendes, we need you to remake 1917.
Yes.
Do the exact same thing, but
exact same thing. Yeah, just like control rig the camera or something so like it follows the same movements, and then just do it again for me.
Do it again, and do it twice. Once for each Nick Cage, and then lay them over each other.
You know, Nick Cage should be in more movies.
He should be in more movies.
He should be in like all the movies.
He should be. I want to see him play a crazy villain.
I want him to be like a Nick Cage type villain in a Marvel movie. And like just full out like swear, do everything that Nick Cage does, but like in a Marvel movie. And it's like something that doesn't fit either. Like let's say it's like the next Spider-Man movie and he's Norman Osborn in the next Spider-Man movie.
Or like him as cactus.
Oh, heavens.
As he's just like eating a planet, and he's like, nom nom, bitch.
Just like destroys the planet. And then he like turns to the camera. How to get burned? How to get burned? Where art thou now? That's me like staring into the sun, like, oh. What was that one that he was in? Con Air?
Oh, put the bunny. We haven't even talked about Con Air, and that's a crazy cast as well. He's like doing a southern accent and everything. He's again, I think that's a totally different role.
I think that's Nic Cage if he was southern.
I think that's Nic Cage if he was trying to be like an action star like Bruce Willis or anything like that, because he's kind of stoic in it. He doesn't go full tilt. The only thing that's crazy about it is that he has this weird southern accent. Nic Cage, we love you. We hope that you find joy in whatever you do next in your career.
We love you. You were an amazing, amazing actor. You've brought us all countless moments of entertainment.
He's not dead.
Sean Connery's gone. If Nicolas Cage is gone tomorrow, I haven't had a tribute to him yet.
Well, this is our tribute to him. Adios.
Thank you for watching this video.
If you want to hear our debate on whether Nic Cage is good or bad, go check out the audio on Spotify and Apple and Google and all the stuff.
For the full podcast, if you would like to listen to the full episode, yeah, go check us out and all that good stuff. If wherever, depending on where you're seeing this, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Check us out on Facebook. Eat a cookie. I don't know, something good. Do something good with your day. Most importantly, do something good with your day. Like, don't just like sit and then like let the day like go away. Because then in like 70 years, you'll be like on your bed like, oh, if I just had one more day. And then you'll remember that you wasted a day listening to this. And you will be sad.
What? Okay, that is not good salesmanship, Spencer.
That's not how you sell a car. That is not how you sell a car.